Gentlemen, welcome back. This is Reviving Real News. Hope everyone's doing okay. I'll do something a little different here today because I have to. Uh, we all have to deal with life wherever we're located on this planet, this realm. Something in the real world happened to me yesterday evening that I have to deal with firsthand, like immediately. Like this is serious. This is dead serious. Like, and I know I'm not the only one. That's why I'm even gonna say it, because I'm not the only one that's going through this. We all are aware of the housing, or the lack of housing, and such in the country I reside in, America. Yeah, well, now they want to come at me, and you guys are fully aware of the child support death penalty I have to endure. Uh, no, I'm not in legal trouble at all. I've been an outstanding tenant. Uh, but these people are, I'll politely put it, they're not human. They don't care. Uh, the state I live in, the laws allow these types of individuals or corporations to just pick and choose if they want to take you out or let you stay. My state allows the law to take back the property or take back the residence. They don't necessarily have to give you a reason or anything. And that's basically what happened to me yesterday. I pretty much got a piece of paper, yada yada yada. No transparency, no anything. And I'm gonna out myself, and I'm gonna humiliate myself here, because what's gonna happen to me? Are you gonna make fun of me? Tell me something I haven't already heard 100 times for the last 18, 20 years? Tell me something I don't hear every single day from people who think they're better than me? I have to answer to people for my housing. I have to. I have to get help. I have no choice. I've been pretty open with you about what this did to me and what happened to me. I had to reach out to these people and let them know. I had to, I have to be transparent with these individuals, or I will be getting concrete burns. I ain't slept or nothing. But, these property people won't communicate or talk. But the people that have to deal with my money or my housing, they, was ignoring me. But when I was in the middle of somebody's office this morning trying to get this squared away and get my legal standings and what rights I have and don't have and get the help I need so I don't be on the street, I get a phone call. And it's from the agency that I've been trying to get a hold of, because they're ultimately the ones that get to say if I'm homeless or not. And it wasn't the person that I needed to speak to, because it's a lady that I'm supposed to speak with. I get a gentleman, and this guy is not American at all. You can tell he's here for whatever other reasons. Accent, something straight out of the movie. This guy gets on the phone, introduces himself, and I understand you need some transparency or want to know what just happened or what's going on. And I said, yes, sir, I really, truly do. I was like, this is life-altering here. And I've been outstanding. No money problems, no nuisance complaints from the police department, sheriff's department, nothing. Like, I don't have any nasty animals in here. I do not fornicate with women. I don't do drugs. I don't have none of those kind of crowds or people around me. And the guy just kind of got, his own little humor. And he said, well, myself, the office, the agency, and the supervisors, and everybody in between do not condone the actions of what's being done. That right there floored me. That floored me. To have, this is some church or whatever organization. Like, this is like legit organization. Like something you all guys, I'm sure, know of. I just ain't trying to dox myself and humiliate myself. Because I know what people do when they find out, man. They just want to dog you and embarrass you and make fun of you and think they're better than you. I'm not trying to put myself out there to that point. But when those people call me and tell me that they don't condone what's being done, but at the same token, the laws in my state are the laws in my state, that was something. But this is the whole reason I'm even telling you my personal business, or I'm even saying this, is because of what happened before that phone call and then what took place after that phone call. And I will out myself and embarrass myself here. I did go into the Salvation Army. I did. Knowing that they really don't do those kind of things, but I don't have anybody. And I know nobody listening to this probably cares, because it doesn't involve them, and I'm not related to you. But I have to do what I have to do. I'm not a criminal, not an alcoholic or a drug addict, so I don't know those crowds and circles, and I don't have those connections. I don't know those kind of street people. I go in there, and I go to the desk and plead and say, hey, I don't know anything. I don't know who to talk to, what to do, nothing. And I kind of explain to the guy and tell him the letter and all this and that. It was on my door and what's going on. And he proceeds to give me to what I guess in his words was a social worker. She's probably a few years younger than me. And I would have never guessed her to be what she ended up becoming. She was decent looking, very nice, well-spoken, very soft-spoken. But this lady proceeded to be really almost kind of make me scratch my head more than once, because she was not condescending. She didn't even go to judge. And then she actually turned off the computer, turned away from it, started to look at me, and actually listened to me. I mean, like, she listened to everything that I was saying and what was going on. And then she got on the computer and she, starts to look for things and whatnot. And I explained my rent situation and what I have to go through and what I do. And she says, well, I'm not familiar with these things and I'm not really sure. And so I explain some things to her, and I tell her, well, look, here's the gist of it. I have the means to do this and I have the means to take care of this, but I can't do C, D, E, F, G, and maybe H or I. I need to be able to fill in these kind of blanks. And we're talking, and this lady's upset. And I said, ma'am, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I can leave. And she goes, no, it's not you. She was like, it's everything. She was like, just by what you told me, she was like, I already don't want to do my job because I know this isn't right. The housing is not right in this state. And she said, it's not right what they do to men. And I said, what are you talking about? I was like, you're a woman. And she said, let me give you an example. I almost told you guys my last name. She said, let me give you an example. She brought up WIC. For the uninformed, that's women, infant, and children. It's WIC. Her next phrase is, what about the single fathers out there? She said, what about the men who the mother of the children are dead, committed, other things, and don't have the kids? She said, there's no program for the father that has the kids. And she just proceeded to go on about all these things that all of us talk about and all of us don't like. I sit down and I'm just listening to her. I'm taking this all in, putting my emotions and all my stuff into a bottle and just listening. And then she tells me she has a son. And then she says, I'm going to tell you something that my son just had happen to him last week at school. And I'm thinking, oh, I really don't want to hear it because it might be, LGHD TV related nonsense that I do not believe in, condone. And my pronouns are get bent. Her son was being picked on, being harassed, being whatever, not by boys, by the other opposite sex. After her son had gotten physically hit enough, and hit in the right time or right spot, her son proceeded to defend himself and put hands back. And then she proceeded to tell me how her son was talked to, treated, and this, that, and the third. And I stopped her, and I said, so what do you feel about this, or what do you think about this, or that? And instantly, I didn't even have to get into it. She brought up the child support. And we had a full 40, 30 minute, let it out session. If you guys think I had to have a point of view or an opinion because I've lived it, I just watched it. I'm going to tell you personally, there's only a 0.2% chance she was chameleon me faking this or whatever. I mean, this lady put it out. I mean, like, her boss was knocking on the thing wanting to know if I was making her upset. And she, I mean, was like, no. She was like, I don't agree with any of this. And then she brought up, how many women do you know pay child support? She brought up, how many women do you know this? And it went to everything. It went to what men can't do, what men can do. I mean, everything. And I asked her, I said, do any of your friends or any other women in your life say what you just said? Or do they talk to their sons the way that you do? I've never heard it. I've never, dude, I'll be 40 in a couple weeks. I've never heard a woman say that. I've never seen a woman get emotional. I ain't never seen a woman in her job literally wanting to leave. I mean, I'm a nobody. And she must have already had her own feelings or what have you about the whole system and the situation because she works in it. This woman went above and beyond. She really has nothing her agency can do to help me. But she went behind the back to try to, pretty much assure me if I can do A and B, she gonna go out of her way and get some other people to try to help me fill in the blanks that I can't fill in. Like, for example, if I gotta go and I gotta go, being able to keep my possessions and get my possessions from A, B, C, and D. Because child support ain't no joke, fellas. It ain't no joke, man. My state's different than all other states, I'm sure. And I've also been told by the court system in my state, because I have been through the appellate process. I've requested many things. I know what I'm talking about here. As far as the child support stuff goes, man. That is, man, you can't do nothing. Like, you can't. My state, you just can't. Like, you can forget it. You can forget any opportunity of a vehicle, any opportunity of normal transport, anything. You could forget it. So when that lady said what she said, that was some stuff. That was some stuff because, fellas, I'm not going to lie to you, man. You don't want to know what a lot of the other phone calls were. You don't want to know. And then the one office I went in, I wish that I could make this up to you. I wish I could. I was passing an AutoZone and a Family Dollar, right? My phone rings and I go to answer it, and it is somebody I reached out to. And Miss Brown's on the phone, and I'm telling her, and I'm like, you know what? I don't like being told these things, and I don't want ever. And I said, I know my rights, and I said, I know I have a right to defend myself and speak or want to know what the accusations and yada yada are against me. And I said, ma'am, I'm trying to prevent becoming into the program you work in. Like, I just don't want to get there. You know, can you point me in direction? Can you guide me? Or can you, network me with somebody? This chick, seriously, gentlemen, proceeds to effing tell me to be considerate of the women who have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids and don't have this, don't do this, and don't have blah, blah. Fellas, I am not cussed on a video yet, but I'm telling you, I was in public, all kinds of people around, cars, everything. If I would have not been in public and I heard that being said to me, I probably would be arrested right now, because I have nothing but disdain, disgust, and everything in between for you vile, wretched, disease-riddled, walking, carrying, petri dish, disgusting Jezebel succubus. I ain't got nothing for you. And I'm in trouble, and then I'm being told to be considerate of those disgusting, filthy things. I'm cool on that. That's the kind of stuff that'll make me want to go homeless. That's the kind of stuff that'll make me not care about nothing. When I'm being told to be considerate of a woman who willingly chose to do the deed with 18 guys from 18 different ethnic, whatever you want to call it, backgrounds, I'm getting upset. Because I'm not a kid. I don't have no heartstrings. You're not going to gaslight me or guilt trip me or whatever. I don't play those games. Another point, fellas, don't get involved in child support. I have 19 and a half, 20 years experience of knowing what the system's going to do to you, talk to you, and treat you. Being told to be considerate of a single mother with 18 you-know-what children is the least degrading thing I've heard. This stuff is... I know a lot of you guys are going through it, man. I know this. But what really shocked me was that lady at the Salvation Army just losing her stuff and then going off about... She had no idea I paid child support. She had no clue until after I'd been in her office. Then I volunteered the information because she brought up food. And I don't know if I want to dive into these things with you guys right now. I know how all of this works. None of you guys are going to trick me or tell me something that I don't... Yeah, no, I know this. Little secret, fellas. You got child support? You ain't getting food stamps. Your money don't count towards that. You make $1,100 a month, but your child support is $975? Ha ha! JFS, Job and Family Services, you don't count because their money is still $1,100, even though you're paying how much in child support? Jobs and Family Services is going to tell you to quit your job or go F yourself. So don't come at me with, oh, you can get food stamps, you can get food, you can do this, you can have that. You can't. You have to go be homeless and unemployed. So try harder, fellas, with your nonsense and your crazy whatever. Yeah. But that's how that all got brought up, because she brought up the food and I had told her. And I had explained to her. She had no idea. She had no clue. She said, so basically if my son, whatever, and this is a girl he's known since he was 11 years old, and then she, whatever, decides this, my son won't even be allowed to go get food. And I said, look, ma'am, I can dial you all these numbers right now. You can hear it all yourself. Even, I know none of us probably care, but the ignorance is bliss thing is unreal, because these women don't even know what their kids, their sons can and can't do when they're 18. They don't even have a clue. These women really believe that their son is going to be 20, 21, or 24 to get hit with child support, and he going to be able to still go have food and housing. This woman was floored when I told her, somebody just painted you a pipe dream, because you can't do that. You cannot do that. But I don't know, fellas. That's just... I personally, guys, I have never... I know what the BS and the faking and the other stuff is, the game playing. I know all that because I'm experienced. But that right there, that to me was genuine. You know, because she didn't have to say what she said, number one, and then number two, she didn't have to offer to help with what she said she could try to probably pull off to help me. When I was open with her about she had every right to step on me like a effing cockroach. She had every right to be like, oh, you're just another whatever dad who don't do these things. It's the first time I experienced, fellas, besides people who get paid to not be mean to you. You know what I'm talking, because I have been in shelters, so those people get paid to not talk to you, but they still think of it. Just, I don't know, fellas. If anybody has to deal with these things or fears these things because it could happen to them at any moment because of your lease or your money or whatever, you ain't alone. You ain't alone, man. You ain't. I guess I'll be the guinea pig, I'm comfortable being the dude that is going to speak up and say things that happen to men in the real world, Because, fellas, I ain't got nothing to lose, man. Maybe that's why some of these people decided to go out of the way to help me if I can take care of my end of this deal. Yeah, maybe that... Because they realize that if they go be mean to me, or if they go the opposite direction of the helping, that they're not gonna get the desired result out of me. So maybe that is why they choose to help. I don't know. I just know in my experience, guys, these things are terrible. I've dealt with these issues per se my whole life because of the child support, but I personally have never been in a housing thing like this, to where I have been literally above and beyond. I mean, dude, if I told you guys how I get my housing and the things I had to go through for my help and the paperwork and stuff, you would be like, well, those kind of places usually don't stick up for men, let alone single men or this, that, and the third. I kid you not, man. That surprised me when that agency called me back and said, well, we are aware of what happened. We have a copy of the paperwork. And he was like, from this one to that one does not condone it. But yeah, we can't. I mean, that's some stuff right there. That's crazy wave of emotions to go from Wednesday evening to possibly, sleeping with Bambi and, Flower the skunk out in the woods to the people that control these things saying, hey, you're not wrong in your feelings and we're on your side here. We don't condone what's going on. That does, it does, guys. I'm human. It does mentally make you look a little bit differently or have a different attitude, I suppose. But fellas, I understand. So when you have to go through something like this, magnify your feelings, your anger, and your whatever times a gazillion when I have to go through it. Because I don't have what you have. Like I told you yesterday, gentlemen, to take away from my video yesterday, the most important thing was the age of when it happened to me. So, like, fellas, I do understand, because when you go through something, and I have to go through the exact same thing, word for word, teeth for teeth, eye for eye, it's 100 times harder, more anything for me. Comparison, if we were skipping stones across the river, basically, you would be like Roger Clemens, and I would be like the third grader. That's how far behind, because the system makes it for me. I have to play beyond the catch-up. And it's not right. It is not right. So I do understand, and I do feel for it. I do. I completely, truly do. I truly do. Which goes to, you don't want to go through what I go through. You don't want child support. You don't want your kid. You don't want your nephew, your grandson. You don't want your neighbor's son. You don't want the kid who plays first base on your son's t-ball team. You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. And it's kind of why I'm so adamant on, guys, don't think nothing dumb, or don't do nothing dumb like my neighbor did a couple weeks ago, because, man, even though I feel the way I do right now, I still have my faith. And I know that going that route is not the route. It's not because, gentlemen, if I've done this and I'm still here, and you guys have it better than I do, just kind of use that as a, like, man, if this dude has been stepped on more than, a maggot on the sidewalk, maybe I should look in the mirror and find some strength in myself, because I got a couple things that he don't have. I don't know, fellas. That's more or less, I just wanted to pretty much get that out in the open, and then just, to me personally, I just thought it was unique to see somebody who works in the system and is a woman, just completely lost her stuff, and then shared her experience that her son is going through. And, his dad can't say nothing or do anything because the school don't let him, or, he's a toxic father. Nonsense, guys, nonsense. And it's crazy, because I live in a big city, basically. Like, my city, yeah, I live in a big city. I live in a well-known city. It's not the capital of my state, but it's close enough. Hell, it used to be the capital of my state. That is a historical fact. But, that was just crazy. You're not alone. You're not the only one that's going through things, guys. You're not. And I know this isn't going to apply to everybody. I know a lot of you guys got your own stuff through inheritance, or got your money, or don't deal with these issues. I get that too. But life is crazy, man, and they are coming for us. They're coming for us. Make no mistake, fellas. They're coming. They're coming. The other thing that this lady pretty much admitted to me, but she was careful with her words because of, her coworkers, or the office could have been wired. I don't know. This is a coloring Crayola crayon box issue. It is. This woman said it to me. It is. There is gatekeeping going on. There is certain individuals or sectors that are unleashing fury upon the other sector because they feel they have their time now, or a reckoning is coming. And gentlemen, this ain't good, because we're the ones in the crosshairs. We're the ones in the crosshairs. Absolutely. There's too many strikes against us, basically what it was explained to me. And that's sad. That is sad. Like, it literally is sad. Like, I had to go to places today, and you deliberately could see these staff members or the secretaries separating people. Subliminally separating people. It's real. It's happening, and it's going on now, and it's probably only going to get worse and worse and worse, guys. So you keep your heads on a swivel. Be situationally aware. Be alert. And stay the heck out of the predicaments that I have to endure, guys. I have to. I have to. A lot of people would have given up by now. But I guess that's my curse, man, is I just know how to survive and go. And without being a criminal. That's the part, dude, that is hard, and it's really hard to get people to understand that or believe you. But records don't lie. You know, police departments got records. There's security cameras, fingerprints, DNA for a reason, fellas. Man. Crazy last 15 to 18 hours. Just insane, man. Just keep your heads up, guys. You're not alone. Just be aware. Prepare yourselves. For the love of God, fellas. If you know anybody who's going through whatever, I'm not talking about a chick. I mean a man. Some dude you know, and he is going through something, or you could tell something's whatever, but they're not talking. Man, we gotta meet in the middle. We gotta stop whatever, and we do gotta start helping each other, man. I'm telling you, because most people don't have the mental makeup or the whatever curse I have that allows me to endure and go on without anybody or anything to function or to live. Most people don't do it, man. So it does make a difference. It does make a difference, man. Even if you just ask the person, hey, what's going on? You need the vent? You need, is there anything I can do? What, any of those things make a difference, fellas. And gentlemen, we're gonna need it now more than ever. I'm here to tell you. Case in point, some of you fellas live in really small, rural, or a mix of urban, rural areas or communities. Less than 10,000 people, less than 20,000 people. Okay, if I'm going through and whatever's going on right now, I'm the canary in the coal mine. It's coming to you. It's coming to you. It might not be next month. It might not be in 6 months because of the politics or the whatever in your specific area, but it's coming, and that's the truth. That's the truth. It's coming. Sure, there'll be pockets here and there where these things don't go because of the money and the demographic and the control of that area, but call a spade a spade. It is what it is. It's coming. We got to help each other, man. We got to. And I'm not saying this, man, because of me. What the heck? Since 2007, I've not had help. What the heck? I'm doing this, man, to save other people. Or to maybe get someone to drop their grudge or drop their judgment on a dude that's been their friend or is involved in their life, for whatever reason. Because ain't no one going to help. Except you gotta be, dude, it's Russian roulette, man, and it's right place at the right time when it comes to getting help from these agencies or places, fellas. That's why it's important to have bonds and communications and networking and small little niches or groups. And it's also crucial to stop opening our mouths on the internet and the stupid apps and everything else, man. You can't seriously know how to do something or know how to get away with a survival mode or anything, and then go around posting it and bragging about it. For us older guys, we know this. We didn't have no stupid cell phones and stupid apps and all this other nonsense. You kept your mouth shut. You went and said something, man. We went walking in the mall or the arcade or real whatever. We talked, and nobody hear our business. Or we did other things to where the communication was minimal. People weren't aware. People didn't know our business. Today, somebody figures out how to get an extra 512 kilobytes per second on a download. They go make 100 videos and post and brag about it. And well, there goes the little hustle or the way to get away with something. Go running your mouth and telling everything. That's what we got to stop all this and the way we look and treat and act towards each other. The ones in this group. I ain't talking about whatever. I'm the president. I'm the boss. They can have whatever, man. That's egos and greed holding hand in hand, walking side by side down the aisle, getting married. And somebody did post that, and I'm using their words, but that's the truth. That's exactly what it is. Man. Life is you know what? Just don't marry one. I never married one. The other thing I wanted to touch on a little bit, because I've heard some people talking about it, and I've seen some different things, and I've heard some different things. It's the old rage, the old whatever color you want to call it. I don't know what words the user say because there's crazy platform and censorship. But the rage, man. You guys know what it was like to be in high school and be a kid, and when you didn't get the old JOB on a Friday or Saturday night, after the football game or the basketball game or after the movie, and you were all wound up and all blah blah blah, and you go home. That's not whatever color rage. That ain't no pill rage. That's just being butthurt and being mad you didn't get what you wanted because you were all wound up and worked up. Stop confusing those little interactions or lack of interactions as men's rage. Men's rage is and it always will be and originated from what happens to you with the child support and the divorce. Fellas, I had all those little hissy fits and upset and temper tantrums and many days spent in my room when I got home from school because I didn't get my way or I didn't this and that. Or didn't get first string on the sports team, or I didn't get first chair in band, or I didn't yada, 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 yada. Wham, 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 wham. Because you didn't get a date, or because this girl dumped you, or because this happened, you didn't get this stupid trophy achievement on your game, or you didn't whatever. That's not that ain't got no business in here, period. That's ridiculous. A stupid video about some dude and a woman bickering because girl had whatever phone number on the phone and then dude had whatever chick or whatever only losers on the phone. That's dumb domestic disputes and arguments and whatever. That ain't no men's issues. That's nonsense. That's laughable to me. Those are two completely different things. Two completely different things. Case in point, in a day or two or within a matter of hours, you're going to get over and whatever about the not getting your way or getting what you wanted with the old girl down the street, the girl next door. You're going to do whatever with that. That's going to be gone before you know it. The rage that comes with the children, the money, the divorce, and everything else, you're comparing apples and oranges. I mean, what the heck? That's like, hey, you want a filet mignon or do you want a chicken breast? Two different, completely, remotely separate things. That's totally different. And I don't understand why, well, I do understand, but we're smarter than that. We're all smarter than that, and we've got to stop it. That's that's such selling of false goods if I've ever seen it right there. Oh, yeah, this is going your own way. This is rage. Roar! I didn't get what I needed last night, so roar! I'm blah, 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 blah. No. That's just ridiculous and redundant. You're acting the way you're acting because of that. That's... wow, sad. That's sad. That really is truly sad. This place really is become upside down, mixed up. That's not what the proper definition of the what kind of rage. That's not. That's immature, childish nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense. Just like I told you yesterday, almost all of this stuff isn't what this place or this space or arena is. That's a lifestyle choice. That's what belongs in a lifestyle magazine, a lifestyle category or whatever when you make your dumb videos. That's not some kind of stance, movement, helping, messaging. That's nothing. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Don't care. Useless. There is no message. There is no education in it. You sound like a bunch of petulant teenage girls. How about that one? How about that one, you're alpha? You sound like a petulant teenage little girl. Wham! Go do this and roar! No, you're dumb. Oh, I know how to make you blah, blah, blah. Give me $1,800. Come to my convention. Man, if you don't get out of here with that nonsense, get the heck out of here, man. A real man in the real world, they're going to fold you up like origami and then hang you out to dry. This is nonsense. That is nothing. That's nothing. That's exactly the equivalent of when you're in high school and you're wanting to be in the group and the crowd and be with the whatever, the alpha people, the ones who are popular and get all the girls. They don't like you and they've never liked you. And then all of a sudden you can hang out with us, or hey man, why don't you go to the store for us? Or hey, why don't you go over here and hold down the swing set for recess? That's all they look at you as. With the fake, oh, I care about you, you're included, do this, this, and this, and I'm gonna help you. That's the same thing as when the group of cool kids at school shuns you and you don't exist until they find a need for you to exist. Whether it's to be their guinea pig, be the scapegoat, or be the one they set up to take the fall when the teacher found out what they did. That's all this other nonsense is, and I don't care. You can come at me. You ain't gonna do nothing to me. Come at me. Come at me. Go find a way to dox me and come at me. You'll never hold a candle to me. You would never hold a candle. Never. And that's the facts. Never. Never. You take advantage of other people for your own personal, monetary, and social gain, and it's dumb and it's disgusting, and I don't care anymore. Stupid. Stupid. That Jiminy Christmas, fellas. Two separate things. Rage goes with these categories only. All this other pseudo falcade is all garbage. It's entertainment, a lifestyle choice. Get it out of here. It's all these videos and everything is almost the male equivalent of them TikTok, what videos. All of this, look at me. Look at my voice. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea at all. And I don't separate the stuff into two things, man. Knowledge or information or whatever, and then entertainment. This is... And remember what rage really is, fellas. Remember what the rage is. The rage isn't getting upset because you didn't get a phone number and didn't get what you wanted to get. Or what have you. Rage is because something has seriously happened to you. Like, seriously happened to you. You know what I mean? It's a gigantic difference. Don't be fooled, guys. Don't be fooled. Other than that, I don't think I got much to say because my head is preoccupied. But not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone at all. Uh, you have to find it in yourself. I'm not going to tell you what that is because I don't want to upset nobody or I don't want to get into whatever categories, but you got to find it. It's there. It's always been there. You have to find it because it's not going to go away. It's always going to be there. You just got to choose to find it and accept it because it's in you. Because I'm not above or better than anybody, but I'm still here. You guys can still be here too. We could do this. Fellas, take care of yourselves. We got to get better at communicating and better at letting each other know that we're not alone. And I know it's hard saying things and telling the truth and opening up and getting things out. I know that. I'm sitting here doing it right now, shaking like a leaf doing this because I know what can happen. But you're not alone. You can, man. I'm living proof. I'm living testimony. You can do it. I am. I'm living testimony. And I've never looked at it that way until now, but that's the truth. That's like, fellas, if I can pull this off with what I'm going through right now, don't tell yourself that it's the end of the road for you. I'm a nobody that's always been a nobody that's never had anything, and they're taking my livelihood from me, or they're going out of their way to do it. And within 18 hours, I done had things thrown my way, or I've done went and found the opportunities. And I don't have what you have. I repeat, I do not have what you have. I do not have any of those luxuries or whatever in my life to make things. I don't have those creature features, those little simple comforts. I don't have those things. So if I can navigate this and pull this off, then when you guys are in something, hopefully this will, the motivation or whatever you needed at that time to tell you that you could do it too, because that's just the truth. Somebody with nothing and nobody, and a lot of things stacked against them because of the laws of my country, my race, my gender. You guys can too, man. Take care of yourselves. The proper preparation prevents poor performance. Remember that. And don't ever change your morals, your values, your principles, your standards, your ethics, your faith, your beliefs, your intuitions. Nothing. You got an intuition for a reason. Use it. Don't change none of your beliefs and your faiths and your morals. Don't. Because, fellas, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. This has been Reviving Real News. Thank you, gentlemen.